The application was only given to us in an incomplete form on Thursday, last week, and then we got the full application yesterday, that being Sunday, the 16th of April, as I would imagine did your Lordship. That being the case, my learned friends for accused number 1 and accused number 2 discussed the matter, and despite the fact that we would much prefer to have begun the trial today, which we could have done, we all agreed that the state needs time to properly to deal with this new application, which is a voluminous application of some 73 pages long, with volumes and volumes of annexures. So we need time properly to answer. My learned friends need time properly to reply, and we need to go on to the heads of argument timetable in order properly to inform your Lordship. And that being in mind, we all agreed that I should write a letter, as we did to your Lordship, dated the 14th, last week, 14th of April, and in that letter we proposed a timetable for the proper adjudication of this matter going forward. So that stipulates, if your Lordship is in agreement, that the proposed dates of hearing are Tuesday the 15th and Wednesday the 16th of August, with the preceding dates for the filing of our answer on the 26th of May, Mr. Zuma's replying papers on the 19th of June, Mr. Zuma's heads on the 17th of July, and our heads, the state's heads, on the 31st of July. So if that is in order with the court, then much as we would much prefer to have gone on with the trial today, we have all agreed, including my learned friend for accused number 2, that would be so. And my learned friend will address your Lordship, I think, about accused number 2's absence from court today, but that happened with the approval of the state, as I think my learned friend for accused number 2 informed your Lordship some days previously.
Yes.
So that being the case, my Lord, we would ask that the matter be postponed to the 15th of August. My Lord, there's also a final paragraph in our letter to your Lordship, and that is that the previous court, His Honour Justice Koen, Mr. Justice Koen, postponed the matter for argument, and at each time he did so, he reserved 2 terms for the further hearing of the matter as a trial. So we would ask your Lordship to consider that. The options are, my Lord, the next 2 sessions after August would practically be the last term, which is 2 sessions from October to December, and then of course the same for the first term in 2024. But that is in your Lordship's hands, and we naturally are ready to begin any time that the court considers that the matter is ripe for hearing.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
that is our address, my Lord.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Mr. Mpofu.
As the court pleases, my Lord, I confirm by and large what my learned friend has said. Just in brackets, my Lord, to apologize for the lateness of the application. It was issues beyond our control, but it has indeed been served now. My Lord, the only issues I really would like to add would be about the dates, rather the hearing dates. I'm not sure if my learned friend made it clear that, well, firstly, obviously, we were presumptuous about your Lordship's availability. So if your Lordship is available on those dates, then we would be pleased for your Lordship to reserve the 15th and the 16th for the actual hearing. But for the exchange of documents, my Lord, I confirm what my learned friend has said. As far as the issue of reserving terms, my Lord, we wouldn't be so keen on that, because that really has an impact on our diaries. But I suppose the most important issue, my Lord, would be when your Lordship, or rather after the hearing, depending on whether your Lordship is going to reserve judgment and so on. It might be easier at that stage to postulate what might happen, but it's not something we're going to go to war for, my Lord. It's just a suggestion. As the court, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Roo.
May it please the Court, my Lord, if I may first deal with the absence of accused number 2, as stated by Mr. Downer, that was by agreement subject to the Court, but we did inform the Court, and the reason for that was that the representative had to travel from France. We would, if I may say at this stage, ask for the same position to be repeated for the 15th and the 16th, should that be the
15 and
date
16 August.
of August, because our role is really limited. As to the dates, my Lord, I agree with the submissions on behalf of accused number 1 that we should be in a better position to look at the reservation of dates. I can say from our perspective, every time we reserve from accused 2's position 2 terms and we come back and we have to cancel, and we've done that about 5 times, and we just try to avoid that. Thank you, my Lord.
Thank you. Yes,
My
Mr.
Lord, I'm so sorry. My Lord, if Your Lordship is so inclined, we would ask for the same dispensation for accused number 1, at least for the 15th and 16th, because practically it's an application. He may be here, my Lord, but if Your Lordship would at least give us that flexibility.
Oh, well.
As the Court pleases.
Fine. Yes, he is excused from attending court.
As the Court pleases, my Lord.
Yes, by agreement, this matter is adjourned to 15 August 2023 for the hearing of Mr. Zuma's second application for the removal of Mr. Downer, State Counsel, as prosecutor in the criminal trial. That application is set to run for 2 days, that is 15 and 16 August 2023. With regards to further conduct of the application, the following order is made. Paragraph 1, the state is to file answering papers by no later than 26 May 2023. Paragraph 2, Mr. Zuma is to file his reply by no later than 19 June 2023. Paragraph 3, Mr. Zuma's heads of argument are to be filed by no later than 17 July 2023. Paragraph 4, the state's heads of argument are to be filed by no later than 31 July 2023. The dates for the hearing of the criminal trial will be I suppose that can be sorted out in due course.
Yeah. My Lord, as I think was the concern of the previous court, if one does that, then one goes on to the availability of counsel, which fills up as we now 4 months away from August. So if counsel are going to fill up their diaries for instance, the first and second terms, for the last term of this year and the first term of next year, then we're looking at going into the second term of, for instance, 2024.
Yeah,
and as I just asked my learned friend for accused number 1, let's be realistic about this and you know, approach it on the basis that availability is a priority, given the history of this matter, and that long delays for trial should not be counted. So we would ask that the court do that and reserve at least the fourth term of this year, if not also the first term of next year. But that we leave it in the hands of the court as to how to manage it, my Lord. That is our problem as the state, to be put on the back burner again as if this was a new matter, when in fact it is a matter which is now 4 years old, on the roll and still unresolved.
I'm not sure whether I will be able to do that at this stage, but let me just find out from Mr. Downer and also Mr. Rue with regards to that.
My Lord, let me just say this. We're quite sympathetic to the position of the state, but my Lord, it cuts both ways. If counsel is going to now be confined to reserving 2 terms, which may or may not be used, then that's a serious disservice to counsel. We have so many counsel. We do understand the balance, but we would be inclined to agree with Your Lordship that that matter should be dealt with in due course. As it becomes clear, there are so many X factors. how long is the judgment going to be reserved for, and when are the witnesses going to be ready, and all sorts of things which I don't need to go into now. As court pleases.
Yes, Mr. Roux, what is your take on
I
this?
agree with that. The submissions
Yes,
made on behalf of the accused number 2.
I don't think it is necessary
one.
for me to make any order with regards to the dates, trial dates for the criminal prosecution at this stage.
As it pleases.
I make no order with regards to the hearing of the criminal prosecution at this stage.
As court pleases.
Look, maybe just then ask that you would formally excuse the representative of accused 2 for the 15th and the 16th.
Yes, yeah, on the 15th and the 16th of August. Yes, the legal representatives of accused number 2 are excused from attending the...
No, it would only be the representative. We have an interest in the matter.
The representative.
Yeah, we have an interest in the matter, but just to excuse the representative.
Right. Yes, you are excused. The representative is excused.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
My Lord, I think that
Is he not talking about the...
he's talking about the actual accused, not the lawyers.
Well, I've made that order already.
Yes.
That order has been made.
And
also,
well,
also
I'm raising for my part that also covers accused.
that also covers Mr. Zuma. That
as
order has
court
been
pleases,
made.
my Lord.
Yes.
We're indebted to the court.
Right. So you say you will be here. You have an interest in the
It's
matter.
in fact the representative of the accused.
All right. Oh, I see. I see. So, but you want to be here
No, we have an interest in the matter.
because you have an interest in the
Yes,
matter.
we do.
Are you going to be paid for that?
Thank you.
Cora James.
As a court please. Okay.